All right, so first one, great storytelling track. Now, arguably, this could be the greatest rap storytelling track of all time. And while this song didn't specifically win a Grammy, the album it was on did. And I'm talking about "Stand" by Eminem. I know you know this. I mean,
Yeah,
anybody who's just a classic hip hop fan who grew up around that time just knows this song still hits whenever it comes on. The mix between the Dido chorus and Eminem's rhyme, I think, make it a classic, and people still talk about it to this day. I know I've seen like other memes and reels, and other people just kind of touch on it.
right.
But as you know, cuz like stories about a craze fan, right, who basically was, borderline, I mean, or you could just say straight up obsessive,
Obsessive, yeah.
right, with M, and how he's basically writing him letters about like how he tried to meet him, his experiences of just like how he's always been a fan, and as the song goes, it gets progressively crazy and just kind
Right.
of deranged. And you probably remember the music video that I do, but it was like a dark music video, and like Dido was like on the floor in the bathroom singing, and then like dude who's like playing Stan is like in like the basement writing these letters, all kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But
Did
so yeah, go
did
ahead.
did 8 Mile come out after that song came out?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so I feel like when they made 8 Mile, I feel like Stan was like a reference of like dark and like in cinematically how it's supposed to look. It has a very parallel feel to it.
Dude, good point. Cause yeah, cause 8 Mile it was like gray the entire movie, gray and
Mhm.
black. It was almost like it
Right.
was like this. It was like the sun never shined in that
Right.
movie. And
Right.
Stan did have that vibe too. It was like
Yeah.
always rainy and just like dingy.
Yeah, there was never a
Um,
source of, like, bright light, and even the lights were always yellow and, like, very, like, just ominous and whatnot,
yeah,
yeah. Okay, it
good
almost like
call
it seems
out,
like
dude.
I guess if Detroit that's what Detroit looks like, you know?
Yeah, they basically was like if Detroit was a mood, it's just like gray, rainy, and like dark
Dark,
constantly.
yeah. Yeah.
Good call out, man. But yeah, no, I think this is just a great storytelling track. Also too, shout out because you don't see this no more, dude. A four-verse song. So Stan does three, and then Eminem does the last one. I mean, the songs barely go past 2 minutes nowadays. If I'm correct, I think this is like a 6-minute song. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, that's just a lost art nowadays. I think that's a good call out.
right. Yeah, I think Eminem was one of those people, but I'll have to say Eminem, Bone Thugs& and Harmony, and then even I would even chalk it up to Nelly made really long songs. For having great
Yes.
albums, they had really long run times when it came to albums.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you're right. And that was all like within like the late 90s, kind of
Early
early 2000s
2000s.
era. Yep.
Yeah.
Just some notable bars too. I think this is from like the second verse. He was like, "We waited in the blistering cold for you for 4 hours. You just said no. That's pretty shitty, man. You're his fucking idol. He wants to be just like you, man. He likes you more than I do."
I do.
That one always stood out to me. And then one that M put in the last verse, because in the third verse he like Stan talks about like wanting to be with him, and M
Mhm.
in the fourth verse goes, "And what's the shit about us meant to be together? That type of shit'll make me not want us to meet each other." Because you
Right.
tell Eminem was like creeped out. He's like, "Yo, like
Yeah.
it's cool you
Yeah.
writing these letters, bro, but don't talk about being with me, dog. Like, that's just
Right.
But
It's almost like because that's the crazy part about writing letters, right? It's like if you're the first one that's sending it, he sent the first one and then he sent the second one. He was like, "Man, I even wrote my phone number, my address, and shit at the bottom." And all
yes,
that to me was like, it's like, no, you can't miss it. If you read the whole thing, you can't miss it. So it's
yes,
like by the second one, it's like the follow up, and then the third one's now like, "Man, I'm pissed now." And then by like the fourth one is like whole life changes, that
yeah.
are being made. And then when Eminem probably reads the first two, he's like, "All right, cool. I got to make sure I write this dude." And then all of a sudden, when he reads the third and fourth one, it was like, "Oh damn! Like this has already gotten way too far."
He's like, this dude's lost it at this point.
At
And then
this,
he
yeah,
even like at the end of it, he's like, "Oh wait, it was you." Because he was like, "I read
right,
about this guy who drove his car off with this girl," and he was like, "Oh
yeah,
wait, it was you." So
use,
how it
yeah,
ended. Crazy,
yeah,
man. Like, I mean, for you, again, this is how, like, I guess if you're musically inclined or you just, fuck with music so much, it's like you just like set a bar from that
hmm,
song. And like I just brought this up to you,
right,
firsthand. It's like that's the
right,
impact of music, man. And
right,
that song specifically, bro, like just shows Eminem's genius, his writing skills, why he's arguably one of the best pens in hip hop history,
Right.
and just one of the goats overall.
Right, right, and what's crazy is, like you said, it's sampling Dido, but what's crazy is, like, I never heard that song until after the song came out. It, like,
Yep.
had, like, a reboost of, like, because it was interesting. I feel like Dido, Likely, Santee Gold was another one. There was, like, these groups of women that, like, would get sampled and their songs would become popular, so they would have this, like, 2nd or 3rd wave of their career just from being sampled off of these very popular rap songs. So I like just the song itself was such a great parallel to the actual song itself, and
Yep.
then I remember, I think it was at the MTV mu it was at the MTV mu
It won an MTV award. The
yeah, so
song
no,
did.
I know
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the performance or which one that
Oh,
he did, because this was around the time when a lot of, everybody was coming at Eminem for being, like, for being homophobic, but then
yeah.
he brought Elton John on stage to
Yes.
perform that chorus for
That's
that
right.
song. That to me, I remember watching it live, and I'll never forget it. That was, like, a really cool moment for and, Elton John did his thing on that too.
Yeah. Great call out, bro.
Yeah, that was a great one. I like that.